Mullah's Islam. I don't know what that is. Okay, fuck it, why not? Hello.
Hello, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi,
I'm Indian.
Saeed.
Yes, sir. I'm Indian Muslim and I speak very little English, but I can communicate.
Okay. Well, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Well, you said convince, your title is convince an atheist.
Yes.
It's a challenge. And when you challenge, you do not want to be defeated. So that's the,
Right.
you know, you do not want to be defeated. So you're gonna be, nobody can convince you.
But you make him submit with Islam, right? Submission. That's what it means.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
have a good enough reasoning, we'll accept it.
yeah. I can give
Yes.
you reasoning, but I cannot make you convince. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I- I-
that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. No one can. When Jesus was here, was he able to convince people? No, he did not. Even Prophet Muhammad wasn't able to convince people. There are some people convinced, but major, they do not convince. Even if God come to, if you see God on the sky and he's shaking his hand, and what are you gonna say? You will be saying, "I'm going insane. I must be insane now." You see, you will deny God. So nothing will can convince you God existence except you truthful to yourself. When you saying be truthful to yourself, then you can be able to convince there is a
Are you
God.
saying that people that don't believe in a God are dishonest with themselves?
Yeah, yeah. According to Quran, the atheists are. I'm sorry to say, but atheists are a liar.
Well,
Oh, honey.
if I just told you that you were pretending that you believe in a God and you don't actually believe in it, that you just pretend that you know something you don't actually know, would you find that convincing?
Uh, well, you can say that, but we convince our you
So
see, we are
no.
no, no. Let me give you. You see, we believe in God, and we do in name of God lot of things. Like we Muslim pray 5 times a day. They do charity, and they do lot of things. Nobody will be just pretending to be God exists. They will not do. They convince themselves to perform all those things. People go to church. They are fooling themselves. They know God doesn't exist. They won't be going to church. So, but you don't have to do anything. So you can
Well, I
be.
mean, okay, so what separates you from someone that's just asserting that what you believe is true?
Could I get a quick pause? Blaster and Saeed, please. Saeed, you said that atheists are lying to themselves. Blaster, you said, well, what if I say that you're just pretending to believe in a God that isn't real? Would that
Hmm.
convince you? Saeed does not think that the assertion that you are kidding yourself and just that assertion would convince you that that's not right
Well, then why did he start with that?
because someone asked him what he thought.
Well, no, he came in here saying that it's really hard to challenge atheists, but this is my go-to.
I'm just saying that wasn't an argument, it was an assertion. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the problem with that. It's not convincing in the slightest, was my point.
Right. So, Saeed, what about
My point was what assertions are convincing? None.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Assertions
Yeah,
don't work that way. So
You're without excuse, bro.
yeah, that's not convincing.
so Saeed? Oh, okay. So in this room, there's a couple of theists and atheists in here,
Yes.
and I take it you're doing a search on YouTube for live streams dealing with atheism or something of that nature.
I was looking for anyone to talk to them. That's all.
Okay. Well, what would you say to an atheist like myself who's not convinced that God exists, or who believes the opposite, that God does not exist? How would you get them to believe in God, or let alone, your faith in Islam?
Yeah, you see, this is not easy to convince people. You see,
Mm.
people who want to believe, they believe, and people who do not want to believe, they don't believe. That's the main reason. You see, people don't have to convince. They want to believe, and they believe, and those who do not want to believe, they don't believe. That's the simple as that.
Do you think beliefs are a choice? Like you can actively choose what you're convinced of and what you're not convinced of?
No. Belief is not a choice. You believe, and you don't believe, you don't believe.
Mhm.
Uh, but when it's come to religion, religions have lot of things in it. For morality, your lifestyle depend on your mo- lifestyles. So people may not want to be religious for their lifestyle.
Do you base your beliefs on what you want to be true?
Uh, Could you ask me that same question again?
Do you base your beliefs on what you want to be true, or like your feelings, like say on your desires? Say, I desire for a God to exist, so therefore I believe in it. Is that your position?
Uh, yeah, people generally do that way. You see, but
Do you
yeah,
think that's a
generally,
good way to determine if something is true or not?
but majority of human being believe in God
That
because
doesn't. So what? People can believe all sorts of things for stupid
yeah,
reasons.
that's what
Is it
I'm
a good
saying.
reason? Is what I'm asking. Is that a good reason to believe it?
No, that's not a good reason. That's why people have very weak faith in religion, in God, very weak faith. Because majority of people you see, they believe, but they do evil things. So their belief is kind of, not a strong belief. So, so yeah, people want to believe God because it gives them comfort, and those who reject God,
Yeah, and I'd
they
say
are.
they're then if people are doing that, then they're using fallacious reasoning, that their reasoning is not sound.
Yeah, it's true. It's true that you see,
But I
majority.
don't know anyone here that holds their belief in a god or not, or doesn't believe in any gods for that reason. Not a single person here that I know of believes in a god or doesn't believe for those reasons. So would you like to address any of us?
I can tell you why I believe in God, but I cannot. I can give you reason for my believing in God. I can give you. I don't have any evidence. Just like you people do not have evidence for God. I don't have either. You know. So, but I can give you my good reasoning why I believe in God. That's the thing I
What's
can
your
do.
best reason? How about that?
You see, uh, when I was very little, 4, 5, 6 year old, I was I was thinking about where the baby came from. That's the question may came to. So when first time I went to the zoo, you know, so I saw over there monkeys over there. They look like a human face and hand. They're eating with their hand. So I come to conclusion: this monkey, when they will grow up, they're gonna be a human. So that's how my first reason use my reasoning. But later on, then I begin to think about that origin of human being, where this they came from. So I find my parent, grandparent, their parent. Then I go on to going back. I don't find. I find trying to find the who going to be the first. uh, you know so then I come to conclusion, this world has to be a somebody created. So that's how I come to conclusion, there is a God.
there's a lot to respond to in that, but anybody have anything they want to say in
Do you
response to?
Do you
Saeed?
believe in evolution, Said?
Yeah. I think I believe in evolution. I find some evidence within Quran. God created Adam in stages. God does not create Adam in a split of second. Adam was there like that. It's many places God said about Adam. He created him stages, many stages. Uh, so I also believe he had a mother. He had a mother, but his mother is kind of human but non-human. Human but non-human. That's what I believe. There is evidence of evolution in the Quran. For instance, God created Adam, right? But we have many race of people in this world: black, white, brown, Chinese. So this is the evolution of God created. So God does say many. I have created many. Many different of race of people. So they all come from Adam.
But you don't
seem
believe that
like
humans
you're-
are related to other species of animals on the planet? Apes, for instance.
No, I find something in the Quran that Adam had been created not in one blow, one step, like a magician do like thing. They create a magician produce the something like a rabbit in one blow. But Adam got created in many stages. It says in many stages. So God there, even Quran said you have to have faith, not evidence. In believing in God, those who have faith and those who do good, they will go to heaven.
So
You see,
another question we were asking is like, maybe, is there a way that you could know if you were mistaken?
I be mistake
How would you know if you were mistaken?
about God.
Yeah.
Look. I already say I do not have any evidence for God. I do not see God anything. You see, my belief in the Quran is make sense to me, and there is has to be a creator who created all those things. Without a creation, creator. All the creation things they cannot be appear by
So
themselves.
you can't imagine Earth forming naturally without a creator?
No, I cannot. I cannot. You see,
Yeah,
we
see,
have
it's
to.
another failure of like
No,
religious beliefs, I think. This is a problem that you can't even imagine a hypothetical.
no, but it
Yeah,
cannot
your
happen.
religion has taught you that you can't think outside the box. You cannot.
Okay, let me give you. We all believe there was a earth, and earth was without a living creature, without a sophisticated, scientific engineering creature. You, our body is a very engineering. It's not like a you know,
Uh,
but so this cannot happen by itself. Earth going to create itself some sophisticated creature.
Which steps couldn't happen by themselves? Specifically, like which steps of the evolutionary process or the abiogenetic process? I mean, abiogenesis is still in of course, a hypothetical state right now. We don't know exactly where the start is, but we definitely know how evolution works and how these organisms changed over generations to get from simple single-celled organisms to the advanced and complex life forms that we see today.
You see, when Earth was over here, and there was everything was a dust, dirt, mineral, all those things. And you saying those mineral dust, whatever it was over there, and they turn into life. I cannot imagine that happening.
I get your
That's
I
like
get your argument. I'm gonna try to get here and
He
it's
speaks.
corn.
see if this is what you're trying to.
It's
Hey, I'm
corn.
just trying to get in here. I'm gonna see if
I was
this is
wondering who
what
the
you're-
fuck the real girl was.
I want to see if this is what you're trying to say. You're fascinated by the process of life coming into existence. And so, because you're fascinated by that, you automatically think only God can do this thing of like bringing in life from simple materials. You're fascinated by that. And so you think of, oh, wow, God is the only thing that can make this thing happen. And because you said that you have to have a belief, you're kind of have this presupposition to where you have to have this belief already. You have to choose to believe in this God to know of these things that are around you. It's kind of what I'm getting from you. So you're like, you got this idea where you can't perceive a world being different from your worldview because you perceive everything's created by God, and it's necessarily has to be created by God. And so you're fascinated by the simple aspects of like hands, fingers, and certain types of animals and how they develop. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you could explain to me, all this could happen without anyone to uh, do it by, you know, natural doing by itself. It does not make sense.
Well, it seems like, if I can't explain how my car starts in the morning, that must have been gremlins, right? That's a silly argument.
Like argument from ignorance, basically.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it is. That's what he's making. Yeah.
I'm wondering, Saeed, could you give us a brief definition of the modern theory of evolution?
Modern evolution. No, I'm not like I'm not an educated person, but I do understand some of the things. Uh, uh, you see, you say things happen by evolving things, right? What one creature to another creature. That's what you think. But there are things. Also, you believe that they evolved because they wanted to survive. Survive. That's the mechanism to they begin to evolve from one to the another. But we have another things like fruits. Fruits. Tree gave us fruits to.
Did you
So
know that fruits are modified by humans, right? Genetically.
no. I mean, we have many different fruits over here.
Yeah,
Why
thanks to
they?
humans.
What?
Those fruits that you eat today did not exist 10,000 years ago.
Those come from cultivars. They were created by humans crossbreeding different plants for specialized fruiting bodies or for vegetables like leaves and roots and things like that.
That's not absolutely true of all things that we eat.
Well, no,
Well,
but
there's some you can
generally,
forage for, but the things that we think of as fruit, like what you see in the grocery store, there's very few plants in there that are in their natural state.
Look at
Saeed,
bananas.
Saeed, do you have any children?
Yeah, yes. I have one daughter.
You have a daughter. Does your daughter look precisely like your wife or precisely like you?
Yeah, no, it's look like me. Yeah, feature my features.
Okay, some of her features, some of your features, but more like you, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why that is because you have different genetics going into a singular being. So you observe that that's true in reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that if you added genetics to something, it would look different, yes?
Yeah.
because she's neither a copy of you nor a copy of your wife. She's a mixture of the two things. That's called synthesis. Okay, that's part of the theory of evolution based on the realities we actually see. Does that make sense to you so far?
Yeah, but you have to explain a non-living thing, a dirt, a death, dirt, dirt. How they turn into living two cells? How they turn into two cells? A dirt.
Would you say it doesn't?
No, no, no. I'm saying the earth is a dead thing, not a living thing.
Dead. Okay,
Ah.
you're saying dead. Sorry.
Dead. Yeah. How they created two cell living creature.
I think he's
Do-
talking
do
about
you-
abiogenesis now. He's just going to kick
Yeah.
the can back naturally.
That's okay. That's okay. Saeed,
Well-
would you agree with me that you're made of materials from this earth?
Yes, yeah, yes, I believe.
Are any of those materials alive before they became part of you?
Uh,
I mean, the basic level,
No,
like on the periodic table, is anything on the periodic table alive?
no, they were dead.
Those things are all dead, and you're made of 100% dead stuff, aren't you?
Yes, but you see, but I was not. I wasn't come from a dead cell, but I came from a biological, biological material.
I understand your parents were alive. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But your parents are made of the same elements on that periodic table that Richard was pointing out, right? So they were made of the same dead stuff.
And so were their parents,
more than
by the way.
Sum of your parts, that all the things that make up Saeed are dead, what you call dead. But Saeed is very much alive. You're more than the sum of your parts.
And real quick, Alpha, thank you for coming by. I'm actually we're gonna wrap this up here in a little bit because I've got to go to bed soon.
Yeah, I really just hopped in just to talk to I'm gonna call him T-Pain. I just wanted to talk to T-Pain and see what's going on there. And if he is still listening, just note that when I say I'm not a literalist of the Bible, it just means that I don't take some parts literal. I believe that each genre has to be taken in its own face value. That's all. All right. Anyway, peace, y'all.
But you still
Bye,
don't
Alpha.
believe that.
Bye.
But you still
Bye.
don't believe that God authored the Bible.
Checkmate.
I do believe that God, that inspiration is real, put it that way.
Boom, roasted.
But he used mortal authors, humans, and humans
Who are
being-
flawed,
yes.
thereby is flawed.
I'm flawed.
And if it is flawed, how do you know which parts are valuable and which parts are not?
Authority.
Faith.
I'm Catholic. I have.
So
I have
the
a master's
church, the church tells you.
What could go wrong?
Congratulations to free
That's-
thought.
What could go wrong with that?
Well, if you actually look at all the look at the ecumenical councils, you can see the process that the books were chosen.
It's not
Yes,
like
I
they
understand
changed.
why.
It's not like they changed the books like a couple times already.
No, actually, they really haven't. That's actually a misnomer. That actually
Kind of a
hasn't
straw
happened.
man, yeah.
Are you talking
But
about the
anyway-
Vulgate? I would love to talk about the Vulgate with you sometime too.
Oh, dude, I'd love to talk about the Vulgate. I've never talked about that at all.
Isn't that kind of personal?
Bree's allowed to get as personal as she wants with me.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
Good deal. Bye.
Nice.
Nice.
By Beardo Centurium.
Don't be asking me about my Vulgate.
Oh, Richard, you have several Vulgates. I don't know where to start with you. You're getting lots of love. I always want to point out how much love Richard's getting for his engagement tonight and from the live chat. Man, I remember when you first started, when you were on Math Pigs channel, coming
Right.
into this community.
I'm sorry.
Your tech skills were really low. You weren't used to articulating this stuff with people live. Seeing how far you've come in your presentations.
You know, Bree, I have received your critique and many others, and I've deeply appreciated and taken into consideration and honest application of what people have told me.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I
I'm so proud of
appreciate
you.
your friendly nature. That's what I like about you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Richard, we haven't interacted all that much, but I've never had an issue with you.
Just wait.
Yeah, just give it some time.
Me and Richard have butted heads about some stuff.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
it'll
past.
happen. But he's
I
not
mean, I
like
hope so.
vitriolic or anything.
Yeah. Listen, we can let this go for another like 5 or 10 minutes, but I do have to wrap this up soon.
Saeed, are you a young Earth creationist? Like you believe the Earth's only a few thousand years old, or do you believe in deep time?
No, no. I do not believe timetables. Just we know God created, and that's it. We don't have anything.
Okay, what about the methods we use to date things? You don't think those are reliable?
Yeah. They could be reliable. Yeah.
Okay, so
He says he doesn't have a method of like dating.
Oh, okay. You don't use. Okay, he follows the standard uniformitarian is I guess what the religious folks call it, the mainstream scientific model, right? I guess I'm sorry if I'm speaking too fast or in too many words. I know you said English wasn't your first language, so I do apologize. I tend to get fast when I talk about things that excite me.
Yeah.
Cafe, you were the first person I was like, hey, if you want to join, I'll go ahead and post the link. And you're literally the last person to join.
Yeah, it's funny. I was at work at the time, man. I apologize about that.
No worries. I get it. Have to work for the man. So Saeed, I do want to say thank you for joining. You said you're not educated, but I would like to call bullshit on that, because you like just the fact that you can speak presumably more than one language is really stellar.
And your English is great.
Yes. Like I understand everything that you're saying, so I do appreciate you coming in and sharing your point of view.
Yeah, please come back. We
Thank
really
you,
like
sir.
having people with different faiths in here.
Absolutely, and
Thank you.
almost everybody on this stream has a channel that you could check out as well.
Oh, okay. I will do it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate for giving me a chance to speak. So I will join. Do you take a live stream all the time, or it just?
Mostly on weekends, mostly on a Friday or Saturday.
Live stream.
Live stream, yes, similar to this, where people can just come in. Oh, and
Oh,
if you look in the private chat, if you're able to look in the private chat, others can post links to their channels, because a lot of them do open streams where, like this one, where you can go into it, and if they don't, you can reach out to them and hopefully set something up if you and them agree with it.
oh, yeah. Sometimes we can talk about Islam and what I believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Islam I believe little bit different from other Muslim. I do not believe in sect. I'm not Sunni or Shia or anything like that. I have a very different view from other Muslim about Islam and about God and everything. So I will subscribe to your channel, and someday we will join and we will discuss about Islam.
Absolutely. That sounds great. I've been wanting to talk to a Muslim. I've only talked to a few of them over the past year or so that I've been doing streams, and I would like to talk to more. So
He's from a
that'd be awesome.
completely different sect, though, right? I mean, what's your Muslim?
He's in India.
India.
I'm Indian.
Okay. I don't think I've ever talked to a Muslim from India, and your practice is quite different, then, huh?
Yeah, personally, my belief in Islam is very different from all the world Muslims. Yeah.
I'm trying to get you back into a conversation again, and Ger's trying to wrap up. I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're always fine. But Richard, if you're about to set up a stream, let me know and I'll link it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that if you'll delay for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm an expert at delaying shit. Like, it's kind of my thing. So once you get that going, let me know and I'll post it. So in the meantime, Cafe, we've got to get something set up, because I'm in, drugs induce godly stuff. But no, and,
Please
no
don't have me in
shade.
there.